Hello my friends, this is Jonesy Boy here, and welcome to a video where I show you how to turn a toggle switch into a momentary switch. Let's get started. First things first, you're going to need a toggle switch. Now this can be a dual pole, dual throw toggle switch, which looks something like this, or a single pole, single throw toggle switch, which looks something like this. 100 microfarad plus capacitor. Now I would recommend 100 to about 400 microfarads, depending on what kind of, how long you want the momentary toggle to last, basically. How long you want the press to last. Now if you want it to last shorter, less microfarad rating. Now you also need a 5-volt relay, something like this. Now I got this off of Radio Shack. You can actually get something like this off of Amazon as well. You can get most of these parts off of Amazon. So this is a 100 microfarad capacitor here. And then we have our single pole, dual throw toggle switch, and our dual pole, dual throw toggle switch, which we're only going to use 3 of these pins anyway. You're going to need some solder, and of course you're going to need some wire. Now I would recommend 2 different colors of wire, red and black. In this case I'm going to be using some wire jumpers in this case. Let's get to it. I'm going to be running a Arduino to simulate a USB connection. Now that runs off of 5 volts. As you can see here, I have the active running to 5 volts and then the ground running to ground, of course. Now we're going to solder up our toggle switch here. Tug on a little bit, just make sure it's nice and taut, and there we go. So first things first, wire up your ground to the off position and wire up active or red to your on position. Okay, so and make sure that this is a on off toggle switch, not a 3-direction toggle switch where it has on, off, and on. This is an on-off toggle switch. Okay, from here, we're going to wire in the 100. Again, that's 100 microfarad capacitor, and depending on the voltage that you're going to be running through it, it should be rated for that voltage or above. In this case, is 35, rated up to 35 volts. So we're going to run it in this direction. As you can see, the arrows are pointing away from where we're doing the circuit. So we're going to solder it in right there. From there, we need to run one other wire. I'm going to make it about the length of the capacitor wire itself. And this is going to go to ground. And from there, in this case of this relay, it's a 5-volt relay. We have our pins that are creating the actual relay connection, or what activate the relay. So I know that these 2 pins here, let me point at it with the soldering iron. So I know it's this pin and this pin that activate it, not this pin and this pin. These 2 pins are what travel the signal from the relay. These are what receive the signal to the relay. In this case, most relays are going to have to basically try and do an active connection to the 2 pins that you might think are the active connection. And whichever ones make the relay make a click sound are which ones you're going to use for this connection here, your capacitor and your ground connection. So in this case, I'm going to be using these 2 pins here, and it can be different. And again, it's these 2 pins. Just make sure is this pin and this pin. Let's let's make sure that's getting in focus there. So we have this pin here and this pin here, not the two far pins, but the two side pins here. Now we have our connection, and then from that point, you're going to run this pin and the far pin, the two pins that you did not connect, from the relay to your controller board or whatever receives the signal. So in this case, I ran it to a button press on a PS2 style PC controller, so Logitech controller, and I ran it to L1 and L2. In this case, I ran these two wires to make that connection temporarily. So what happens when you turn this toggle switch is it flips the toggle switch on and off. So I have the toggle switch off right now. Now when I flip it, it makes a quick connection similar to snapping my fingers. Now if I switch it back off, it shall do the same thing. And what this does is it transforms the style of a toggle switch, which is normally on or normally off, depending on which way you have it toggled, so it's constantly on or constantly off. That's how a toggle switch works. In this case, we're turning it into a momentary switch, similar to pressing a singular button. Now, as you can see, we have a single pole dual throw toggle switch here, and you can make the same exact connection by using these 3 pins compared to worrying about a dual pole dual throw toggle switch. I had to re-record this part because something happened with my microphone when I recorded it the first time, but I wanted to thank Berg S Gaming for suggesting this video. And that, my friends, is how you turn a toggle switch into a momentary switch. I hope you really enjoyed that video. I hope it was very informative to you. If you like videos like these, hit that like button. Also, if you enjoy seeing more videos like these, or if you have a comment on what other videos I should do, please leave a comment down below. If you definitely enjoy seeing more tech videos, more electronics videos, anything like that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.